Hi, Abby Guerra here, and this is my informative speech for Speech 1311. Have you ever witnessed the beautiful celestial phenomenon that is also known as the Northern Lights? Well, according to the article, Hunting the Northern Lights, they occur year round and they are far more frequent than we are led to believe. I'm here to discuss the Aurora Borealis, and I will reveal how the aurora is formed, where it can be seen, the visible shapes, sounds, and colors that it produces. In my research, for this speech, I found in articles Aurora atmospheric phenomenon, hunting the northern lights, solar winds, Northern Lights chase tour, the Northern Lights Aurora forecast service, and where the Northern Lights dance. First, allow me to explain how they are formed. Like everything that surrounds us and powers us, energy from deep within the sun is where it all begins. And this energy moves out towards the outer layer, which is also known as the corona. And it's sometimes, in some places, magnetic fields are pushed out and they stretch, twist, and turn, and then break off. And so this is what starts the solar storm or solar wind. And so as it's traveling through space, and it finally reaches Earth, which can take up to 18 hours. It is basically the result of a shock wave that the solar storm and our magnetic field create. And this interaction of electrons and protons and atoms that are found in our atmosphere mixed with the solar storms is what creates this beautiful display. And so next, you don't have to travel outside the country to see this unforgettable sight. But like I had said previously, basically new studies show that a misconception is that it used to be known that these were basically appearing every 11 years because of a solar activity cycle. But new studies show that they are year-round and that they display in the summertime as well as in the wintertime, day and nighttime. So they're far more frequent because the sun is constantly bombarding the earth with charged particles that sometimes are strong and sometimes are weak. Sorry, I have my cat. Yes. So a really cool resource to help you know when the Northern Lights are going to appear is the Aurora Forecast Service. Well, it's found online, and they use a really cool KP system. And this system that they use is basically a number system that is 0 through 9, 0 being the weakest, 9 being the strongest. And obviously, the higher the number, the KP level, the better for you to see it. They also use a UTC time, which is Universal Time Coordinate, which, they use it, science uses it, military uses it, other fields like that use it. And it's basically used in order to avoid confusion between daylight savings time and different time zones. It's very easy to read. All you have to do is find the difference between your time zone and the UTC time, and that is basically all you need to get started in order to see the KP levels in the area that you are trying to look at. So common places that the Aurora Borealis is visible, which in the northern hemisphere called Aurora Borealis. That is in Norway, Finland, Sweden, Iceland, Canada, United Kingdom. And for the southern hemisphere, it's called the Aurora Australis, which obviously you can see in Antarctica, parts of Australia, New Zealand, and Chile. So now, I mean, you can see it in the United States. I've seen this. I saw it in my hometown of Holland, Michigan. And Holland is located on the southwestern part of the state, and it's only about an hour and a half from the Indiana state line. So in order for me to have seen this, the KP level had to be at a level 7. If it were to be at a level 9, then we would be able to see it as far as Kentucky and Virginia. Of course, it also depends on clear skies. So finally, the Celestial Show also comes with a soundtrack. The Aurora, it displays in many forms, and it lights up bright green. It has curtain swirls, arches, bands, patches, streaks, and the colors are typically bright green, but you can also see blue tones, yellow tones, red tones, and it all depends on the electrical charge particles. So in Earth's oxygen and nitrogen levels, like they'll knock out the electrons, leaving just the ions, and the ions are the ones that get excited, and those are the ones that light up. And that's what you see, as far as color goes when we see it, in the sky. And so as far as as long as it's quiet enough, you can also hear it. According to the article Where the Northern Lights Dance, people have frequently reported that you could hear the aurora, and it's described as like a fine tinkling, a crackling, murmurs, moaning sounds. And so I haven't heard, or I didn't get a chance to hear it when I saw it, but that would also be really cool to see. So today we discussed the Aurora Borealis, better known as the Northern Lights, and how they are formed, where you can see them, the shapes, colors, and sounds that it produces. Some people go as far as taking a guided tour in Norway to witness and experience the Aurora Borealis. And that was also found in the Northern Lights Chase Tour. So thank you for your time. Thank you for listening, and good night.